So you guys know I've lost over 220 pounds, and one of my main goals in doing that was because I want to be a mom. We saw out a fertility doctor last April, and since then I've had 2 miscarriages. It's horrible. I don't even ever wish that on my worst enemy. Now, after my last miscarriage, we had to have some testing done. Now, my last miscarriage, we did find out that my baby girl, she had trisomy 22. So obviously there was nothing we could have done and nothing wrong with us that would have caused that. But we don't know the cause of our first loss. Now, we had our testing done. They tested me to check to see if I had, I believe it's called antiphospholipid syndrome. And I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right. Don't got it. They also tested mine and my husband's chromosomes to see if maybe we had some type of I think it's like a translocation or something. Don't got it. And when they called me, they said, hey, your results were good. And I was like, okay, well, when can we, hop on this train again? And they're like, well, the doctor wants to see you. I was really nervous about this. Doc tells me that I think he said low level mosaic. So basically a small percentage of my cells have an extra chromosome, an extra X chromosome. So most of my cells are 46XX. That's what you are if you're a female. And then a small percentage of my cells were 47XXX. He said, basically, you can tell your husband that you are a superwoman. I'm here for it. Anyway, but, he told me that it did not affect any of my previous losses and everything should be okay. But he, wanted to make sure to tell me. Well, I was a little shocked by that, to be honest with you. Everything else was good. That's great. So I was like, well, where do we go from here? What are we going to do? What are the options? You're welcome to, give what we've been doing a try. He said, but because of your previous losses, to ensure a genetically healthy baby, to rule out, not worry about trisomy and things like that, IVF, while it is expensive, is probably going to be your best option. I felt what I thought was peace at the time and was like, yeah, this is what I need to do is IVF. I thought I felt a sense of peace. I've since realized that was not peace. It was relief. So for me, IVF is hope. Every healthy embryo I have is a chance at me having a baby, right? And also IVF takes that age factor away. I'm getting older, clocks ticking. And like I told Doc, I said, hey, I want more than one. And I know after I have my first, I'm going to feel this overwhelming pressure to hurry and have another because my clock, she's ticking. And he goes, oh yeah, this is going to help take that age factor out. You're going to have healthy embryos there waiting when you're ready. I asked my husband if this is an option he's interested in. It feels like God has guided us there. He has provided everything we needed to make this happen. And my husband's like, yes, he's all for it. This is great. We are so excited. But then the doubt starts creeping in. I'm not going to divulge a bunch of details just because I'm going to keep it close to here right now because I think it's going to be part of my testimony one day. So my doctor's about 2 hours away from me. The way up there and the way back, I kept getting a word. I'll share it one day because I know it's part of the story, okay? And I was like, what is going on? Why do I keep seeing that, okay? That's strange. It's not a common word. It's a biblical word. Why do I keep seeing that? God is talking to me, but what is he saying? Anyway, the doubt started creeping into my mind. I was really wrestling with whether this was the right decision or not. I was trying to do some research. I just felt really unsettled about it. I really feel the Holy Spirit was convicting me. Okay. It was. Decided I was going to church. I had been out of church for a while, especially since my last miscarriage. You guys know how it is. You just get sad. You get down. Sometimes we blame God for things when it's not his fault. We have free will in this life, Remember my last miscarriage? We were supposed to have the IUI that day and we didn't have it. Yeah, there was a reason. God was trying to protect me, but I was too silly and too worried about writing my own story and my own plan that, I had to push, get things done. We're all adults here. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I decided I got to get back to church. I think this was my first time back to church since having my last miscarriage, to be honest. Talked to God that morning. I was like, God, I need you to give me a word. I need you to be clear. I need you to write it in crayon. I told him exactly what I needed him to say. If this is what he wanted me to do or if this is not what he wanted me to do. I told him, I need you to say this. I kid you not. Both times I told him I needed a word from him at certain situations and what I need him to say. Literally, that's what I heard. It wasn't the message I wanted to hear. You know, I wanted him to be like, yeah, this is for you, girl. No, that's not what he said. He said, be patient and wait. And that's what I heard. And I heard it loud and clear. I'm going to hold the exact details of that to myself right now. Like I said, I think it's part of my testimony, and I'll share that one day. Anyway, I was ever more confused because I'm like, why did God give me this sign? What is he trying to say? He's trying to say something, but I'm not understanding. So I act like a mad woman for a week about this, trying to figure out what God means by this word he has given me. But he's telling me to be patient. Didn't make sense. So I was listening to sermons. I was listening to everything you could think of. I was reading my Bible. And slowly but surely it started unfolding, listening. I was driving my mom and my husband crazy. They were like, you are going to have to stop. You're driving us nuts with this. But I couldn't stop because I knew the good Lord Almighty, he was talking to your girl, okay? He was trying to tell me something. There's a reason I went to a certain part of the Bible, because that is the word he gave me. Like, oh, I wish I could tell you guys. I'm going to tell you one day. It's going to blow your mind, okay? And my husband thinks I'm just cuckoo, okay? She's done lost it. Eventually, after seeking him and the word, he helped me crack the code. I figured out what he was saying. And let me tell you, it rocked my world. It rocked my husband's world. It rocked my mom's world, because they've been thinking I'm crazy. But once I cracked the code, he revealed it to me. And they were like, girl, he was definitely speaking to you, and you definitely need to wait. Now, do I know why he wants me to wait? No. So this is how I'm feeling. He guided me the whole way through this journey. Truly felt led to the doctor I have. Gives me the resources that I never dreamed I would have to be able to have IVF. He provided it all. It's dangling right in front of my face for the taking. Right there. And he's like, nope. Wait. Excuse me? It's like forbidden right now. Like, it's right there in front of you. You know, I'm telling you, you can do it, but I'm warning you not to. And my mom goes, God doesn't do that. And I was like, he absolutely does that. If you know, you know. Please, if you know what I'm talking about, drop it. Drop it in the comments. My biggest struggle right now is the waiting. I have a couple theories of why he's saying to wait. So one is I'm living in a different season right now. I truly, truly believe that I am living in God's plan and purpose for my life right now. Like, it has been unfolding before my eyes, especially this last year. Another thing, I constantly try to write my own story and try to tell God, oh, I surrender it all to you. Here you go. And then he's like, but do you? Give me the pen and prove it. That's kind of what I'm feeling he may also be saying. To know your theories is a hard pill to swallow, that my plan for my life doesn't look like God's. That's tough. If you have a story or testimony that you feel comfortable sharing, I would love for you to share that. I have this dream of one day holding my child and just being able to sing the song, My God Did Not Fail. Whoo! That about made me cry. We can't cry, we're putting on mascara. I don't have the feeling that IVF is a no forever. It's a wait. So I'm not giving up on it. I just don't think it's the time right now. Obviously, I know it's not the time right now because he said so. And I also was reminded that there are consequences for disobeying. And listen, I ain't trying to test the big man upstairs. No, thank you. So we'll wait and be patient, because where God guides, he provides.